Hello students, good morning everyone. Today in this video we will see the chapter the ashes that made the trees bloom. Okay, from this chapter we will have question answer discussion, comprehension check. Okay, let's start. Question number 1. Why did the neighbors kill the dog? Dear students, here the question is asking, why did the neighbors kill the dog? The answer would be, the neighbors killed the dog out of frustration. They had tried to tempt and please the dog. First they offered him fish and then other beautiful dishes. But the dog was afraid of them and so it did not touch the food. And that is why they got angry and killed the dog. Okay. Now let's see question number 2. Mark the right item. Here option is given. The question is, the old farmer and his wife loved the dog. We have to select from these 3 options A, B, C. Okay, so the answer is as number B, as if it was their own baby. Now see number 2. When the old couple became rich, what did they do? Okay, the answer is number C. When the old couple became rich, they lived comfortably and were generous towards their poor neighbors. Okay, now let's see number 3. The greedy couple borrowed the mill and the mortar to make what? So the answer would be number C. Okay, here. The greedy couple borrowed the mill and the mortar to make a pile of gold. They wanted to make gold, but in vain they could not make it. Okay, let's see ahead. Now we'll see next questions. Here, yes, working with the text. Okay, let's see here, working with the text, question number 1. Okay, the old farmer is a kind person. What evidence of his kindness do you find in the first 2 paragraphs? Okay, here we know that the old farmer was a kind person. He was very generous. Okay, what evidence we get from the first 2 paragraphs? Okay, so that evidence we have to write here. Okay, the answer would be like this. The evidence of his kindness can be seen in his treatment of his pet. He loved the dog as though it were a baby. He fed him with his own chopsticks. He gave him all the boiled rice he wanted. Okay, and secondly, a white heron means here it is a bird. Okay, followed the old man when he went to the fields. He never once harmed this heron. Moreover, he often turned up a sword on purpose of giving food to the bird. Okay, now let's see question number 2. What did the dog do to lead the farmer to the hidden gold? So we already studied in the chapter that the old farmers, they got heap of gold. Okay, and what did the dog did to find that gold? Okay, the answer would be like this. One day the farmer was going to his fields. As usual, the dog was following him. All of a sudden, the dog came running to him. He was also motioning with his head to some spot behind. The old man tried to ignore him. The dog kept on whinnying and running to and fro. In the end, the old man followed him, and the dog brought him a place where he began to lively scratching. The old man struck his shoe in the earth at that place, and soon he found the pile of gold. Okay. Number 3. How did the spirit of the dog help the farmer first? How did the spirit of the dog help the farmer first? Okay, here 2 questions are there, number 1 and number 2 is how did it help him next? Okay, so we'll see first of all the question number 1. The answer would be, first the spirit of the dog appeared to him in a dream. It urged him to cut down the pine tree over his grave and make from it a mortar for the rice pasture. It also asked him to make a mill of that wood for his bean sows. The farmer did so, and he got the pile of gold. The next question, the answer: how did it help him? In what way the dog helped? So answer would be: when the wicked people had burned the farmer's mill, now the good man dreamed again. This time the spirit asked him to take the ashes of the mill. They asked the old man to sprinkle them on withered trees. The old man awoke. He went to a wicked neighbor and humbly asked for the ashes. Thus he filled his basket with the ashes. The farmer's favorite cherry tree was bare. He sprinkled a pinch of ashes on it. All at once the tree sprouted blossoms. The kind farmer heard that the daimyo was to pass along the high road. He set out to see him. The old man quietly got up on a bare tree. When the daimyo's palanquin drew near, the old man scattered the ashes. In a moment, the tree burst into blossom. In this way, the dog helped the poor farmer. Okay, dear students, today up to this question 1 to 3 you complete in your CW copy. Okay, working with the test you complete this. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.